Welcome, everybody. My name is Dana Phillips, and I'm so excited today. I have Kathryn Stueckle with me, and she is an outstanding, outstanding leader in a large international company. She's been with them for a long time, but Kathryn, I just love for you to tell everybody, how did you get started in the business?
Oh gosh, I was in my previous career years ago. I was in the airline industry, and I met a woman through my job. She, uh, we met once. Literally, she tracked me down afterwards, about 6 months later, to introduce me to the product that I'm been associated with now for 34 years. Dan, it was the last thing in the world that I thought I'd be interested in. Seriously, I had every intention of going to her house and saying no. But when I tried the product, it made such an incredible difference that I thought, I like saving money. I'll set up a wholesale account, and sort of the rest is history. People started coming to me asking me what I was doing differently, and here I am. I just started working part-time with my full-time job, sharing the products, and that's pretty much what I've always felt. People will say to me, "Oh, I can't sell, I can't sell." I said, "Well, I can't either." I just share the products, and if people like it, great. I'll tell them, what they can do. And in less than 18 months, exceeded of working at part-time with my full-time job, exceeded my full-time income. So it was a good opportunity for me to quit and never look back.
I love that story because so many people do come in just because they love the product, but there's something special that you do about sharing. I'm sure that that's true. I do know that you were recognized this last year as the #1 recruiter in your company. Is that right?
Yes, surprisingly, I was.
So it was sharing the product and sharing the opportunity. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I think you've been, as long as we've worked together, you have been so intentional about your business. I just love it.
I tried to be, and you've been a great help all along the way. Thank
Well,
you.
you've done the work. Hey, I'm just wondering, with getting started and lots of people getting started, what would be some of the things that you would give advice to somebody just starting out in the business in 2020?
Well, to me, it's keeping it simple. And I go back to when I got started, and my sponsor told me to make a list of people that I knew. And so I did. And I still to this day will tell people, make a list of people that you know, shoot for 100 names, and then I will help you start contacting them and introducing them to the products. Uh, Another really important thing is to be a product of your product,
Mm,
because I really don't believe that you can come across as trustworthy in some aspects, if you know what I mean, if you're not using the products that you are promoting and that you are encouraging them to use, or service, or whatever kind of business that you're in. So I find that it's really important, because people will ask too, well, do you use it, or is this something that you're a part of? And if you say no, why will they want to?
right.
So being passionate about it too makes a difference, but being a product of the product. And I believe that if you treat your business like a hobby, then it will reward you as one. But if you treat your business like a business, then it will do the same.
That's
So always having the mindset of, this is my business, and I'm not going to just play around with it when I have time, or do my hobby, but be consistent and committed to uh, valuing it as a business. And it will
Yeah,
do the
that
same
makes
way.
total sense. I love the simplicity because I think a lot of times in 2020, we think we've got to introduce them to everything about the business in their first week. And it's overwhelming to people. It
Yeah.
truly, truly is.
Yeah.
So making the list and then I love that, and then you helping them get in front of people. And I would love to hear a little, can we camp there for a second? I
Mhm.
think people would like to know, what do you do once you've got that, okay, here's the 100 on my list, or here's 50 on my list. What do you do with
Well,
them next?
I'll be honest, Anna, I am working better at that, uh, because it's very easy to share my product. And so where I need to be this year, where I'm focusing more on is making sure that I don't just tell them about the opportunity as well, but really take the time to make sure they understand it. and make sure what they have come on board with, and so that I don't want them 2 years down the road telling me, why didn't you tell me, I had this great opportunity. So that's one focus that I'm going to have this year. However, what I will do is then just meet with them, help them with their list, and then we do in our company events that we call Rise events, and it's just getting a group of people together and sharing about our company and our product. And I will say, bring your people. I will have them invite people to one that I'm doing, or I will ask them to set up their own. Or I do events. I try to do one event a month, in partnering with some businesses in the area as well, and I will make sure that I invite them to those as well.
I love that. Just an event atmosphere where they can bring guests and it's informal, and then they learn how to talk about the product of the company so they can do it on their own. I really like that. I love what you said too about a hobby versus a business. We've said for years that a hobby will cost you money, but a business will make you money. And so that business owner mindset, I think, is really great. I love it. And so as you're making the list with people, have you found that they have a hard time thinking of people did they start prejudging right away, or what happened?
Yes, because I did the same thing. I kind of think that's human nature.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. And so it's just, you can somewhat categorize them, saying who would you love to work with first, and then just start contacting them, and often those that we're mostly connected with would be the ones that we encourage first.
That's good. It's kind of like starting with your circle of influence.
Mm-hmm.
And then spreading out. That makes really good sense. If I was new and I was making this list and I go, I don't think she would do it. I don't think she would do it. How do you respond to that, Kathryn?
Well, so I'll tell them my story, in that when I started making my list, I said, oh, this person, she'll be perfect. She'll be perfect. And this person, just the product, not the business, but I can't see her doing the business, but just the product. And my names on my list started flip-flopping. And I actually had an experience where I had a good friend of ours, my husband's girlfriend was at an event I was having. And I was talking about the product, and then I was talking about the business. And at the end, she said, "Do you think I could do this too?" I wasn't even talking to her about the business at all, just the product. And so that was a big lesson to me, to not prejudge people, to let them to share the gift of my company and my products, and if they choose to accept any of it, then that's great. And so I share that with people too. Don't prejudge.
It's almost like you're sharing without attachment. Whether the answer is yes or no, I'm just going to share because I'm enthusiastic and I love it, and I love that. That's
something that could benefit you in many ways, and it's totally up to you if you want to.
Yeah.